And I had this conversation with someone just earlier today, and she was like, "Well, he does all of these bad behaviors, and I'm trying to get him to stop, and there's, like, addiction." And I I had the tough response, which was like, "Well, first of all, you can work on him, but if you don't work on yourself, once that relationship eventually implodes as they all have in in your pattern, you're just going to find another replacement that's very similar."
Yes.
So, my perspective is you work on yourself and then everything else will start to kind of change externally. And it's not about the other person, right? Again, you can't like force change onto someone else. And then the really tough question of why are you bringing this into your reality, or why are you creating this? And she did not like that feedback. And I'm curious about your perspective as far as manifestation and creating your own reality, and like thoughts become things. Um how how do you help someone navigate that really tough pill to swallow?
Well, I think everything you're saying, I totally agree with, and I think in relationships, or even, recently there was someone who was quite close to me that became unwell. And how can you tell someone that they create their own disease? It can be so hard for people to hear. And I even sometimes still try and get my head around that idea. But when you're in the belief of that, it means that if you can create illness, you can create health as well. So, what do I need to do to be able to create that? And obviously, through manifestation techniques, a lot of the full on work needs to be done with the whole, am I enough? How do you view yourself in the subconscious mind, and the techniques around rewiring that, which, I mean, there are so many techniques that we could go into, that I've learned about doing that. And a lot of them, some are therapy, just going to talk therapy and stuff. There's something I did the other day called Psych K. I don't know if you've heard of that before. Bruce Lipton actually taught me about it when he came on my podcast. And it's all about the way that it's all about rewiring the subconscious mind. And you sit there with an instructor and they get you to sit in certain positions. And it's called energy healing. And I actually did it with someone over Zoom. And they tell you to say certain affirmations depending on what you want to work on. And then they get you to hold your body in a certain position, because it's like right brain and left brain positioning that, then go into the subconscious mind. But none of this is a quick fix. So there are things like that. There are things like listening, doing affirmations in your own voice and listening to them whilst you sleep at night, because that's when the subconscious mind turns on and the conscious mind is asleep. So there are a heap of different things that we can do. But the whole idea is that we need to rewire those beliefs, those negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, that sometimes we might not even realize are there. And, a lot of illness comes from not feeling good enough or not feeling enough, and maybe living a life where you felt that you were unheard, or you didn't do in life what you wanted to do. You did in life what other people wanted you to do. And so you've gotten to a point where life is reflecting at you that you have a time to change and you're going through hardship. But how can you mend that to be able to get on the other side of that and then live your greatest existence? So, yes, I do agree with you. Once you are on that other side, and I feel that you start to level up a bit and you're not that person that you used to be, that, as you mentioned, relationships and things can start imploding, but that might not actually be a bad thing, because
Mhm.
soon as you change, you're going to attract that same vibration to you that you're now at.